Hi, it's Don Sanders, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in today for Selling After Shelter in Place Ends. I did not know what else to call this webinar, but after things calm down or things are kind of opening up around the country, in most parts of the country, I thought Selling After Shelter in Place Ends would be a good title. And I want to thank you for joining us today. And the first thing I would like for you to do is notice all the great suppliers that are on the screen. These are all suppliers that I have known for a very long time and ones that will always treat you right and would never tell you something that is not true. And I think one of the problems that we have today, a lot of these suppliers that are selling PPE products are telling you things that are not accurate because the deliveries are not being made. And I'm not saying anything bad about it, it's just what it is. But the suppliers on the screen right now, I would recommend all of them, and each one of them would do a really good job for you. So let's be ready to take some notes. I've got some really valuable email contacts and some offers that I'm going to talk to about suppliers. And Tiffany Tarr is going to talk to y'all and just on the second slide after this and at the end of the presentation on technology. And you really need to have her email address because after the presentation's over, she can really help you. So if you've got a pen and you've got some paper, please get it out and write down some good email addresses. Now, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Don Sanders. I've been in the promotional products business a long time, and there I am on the screen at the last trade show that I went to in Fort Worth. It seems like that was a long time ago and kind of surreal that I actually went to a trade show and could be around people, but there I am with the Showdown Displays mascot. I don't know what you call that thing, but I think that's a cool thing. And my cards are on the screen for Don Sanders Marketing, which is my distributorship, and my sellpromoproducts.com card. I was a distributor for a very long time. I still am. I've sold over, I don't know, $25 million worth of promotional products, but the thing I'm most proud of is the fact that I made 43% on my orders. I still sell, but today I spend most of my time running a website, sellpromoproducts.com, and then doing webinars to help distributors try and sell more orders. Now, everybody's kind of funked out right now and not knowing what to do, but life-altering events are nothing new. So what's happened here today or what's happening right now, if you've been in the business for, as long as I have, I've been through things like this several times before. The real estate crash in 1987, I lost about 30% of my business back then. I got it back. I lost 40% of my business in one day in 1991. You're seeing the front page of the Dallas Times-Herald. That was my biggest customer, and I lost 40% of my business because the Dallas Times-Herald was sold to the Dallas Morning News, and every purchase order that was in-house was canceled. I could not secure the Morning News's business, so I was in a bad way because I had not pre-planned correctly. My fault. 9/11 comes along. That's another business altering event. In the stock market crash of 2008, I probably lost 35 to 40% of my business there. Each one of these occasions, I had to come back and come up with a plan. That's the point of me telling you that. And one thing that I think you need to think about is right now there's a screen charge on the showing on the screen for ID Line, and I buy all my name badges from ID Line. And I think badges are going to be something that people are not selling right now. They haven't thought about it, but a lot of people are not going to come back to work. A lot of new employees are going to be hired by companies. And I think if you started showing name badges to your customers, I think you could get some good orders. And with name badges, I think there's going to be high employee turnover. I'm just mentioning this to you because I thought about this the other day, that name badges would be something that I think are going to come back fast. And I think they're an ignored product, and I always did well by selling ignored products. And ID Line has a great sample kit for name badges. That'd be Jennifer Anders at idline.com, and she'll send you a sample kit. And please take advantage of these offers I've got from these suppliers, because I don't know how else to help you but to tell you how to call on people and what products to sell. And here is Tiffany. Tiffany's just going to talk to you for about 30 seconds here and kind of introduce herself. And then when we get through with the presentation, I want you to hang on and listen to Tiffany. She really knows what she's doing, and she can help you from a technology standpoint that these other services cannot. So are you there, Tiffany?
I am. Thanks, Don, for having me today. I appreciate everyone taking the time to join us. My name is Tiffany Tarr, and I'm our Vice President of Distributor Central. And I am a big proponent of a consultative sell with backing it up with technology, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Don's going to talk to you about how to sell consultatively, how to take product ideas from some really great suppliers and use them in application. And then I'm going to show you what Distributor Central has been working on over the last handful of weeks to give distributors the most robust website and e-commerce technology platform in the industry. If you're not familiar with Distributor Central, everything that I'm going to talk to you about today is going to be something that we provide to distributors absolutely free. So I'm going to show you how you can take the consultative and the idea strategy that Don is going to share with you today and how to back that up and communicate it in a very consultative fashion through technology. So if you've got questions, you can always send in questions via the chat, or if you need me to send you information, just let me know. But I'm really looking forward to talking with you at the end of the session.
I've known Tiffany for a long time, and she really knows what she's doing. And I'm going to talk about separate coronavirus websites that Distributor Central's put up. And I think they're going to be a real important part of success going forward. Now, one thing I want to say is the virus did not start the business downfall. That's what people think. That's not true. It started last September when the U.S. was going to raise tariffs on the Chinese imports. And I know that that affected business by a lot of distributors because suppliers couldn't deliver orders because they were dependent on selling for these huge suppliers that 95% of their products are from overseas and they could not deliver. So the point being on this, were you ready with an American-made website? You probably weren't because you didn't see this coming. That's the point of what I want to tell everybody is you've got to look at things and you've got to prepare yourself for stuff that you don't think is coming because that's what happens. So if you had an American-made website back then, you were going to be ahead of your competitors that were selling foreign-made goods. And like Burlingame makes motorcycle kickstand pads. That's an American-made product. Back when the Chinese import thing came about, it did not matter if you were selling products from Burlingame because Burlingame's an American-made company. They had no delivery problems. They had no price increases. If you were selling American-made products and had an American-made website that you went right directly to with your customers, you would have been ahead of your, I guess, competitors who were still stuck on selling foreign products. Here's another one. Did you start showing American-made business samples? Drumline is up in Stuttgart, Arkansas. That is a great supplier that makes paper products for businesses. Like they make planners, they make scratch pads, they make memo pads. Drumline is a great supplier. If you had orders with them where you're showing their products, you would have been able to laugh or make fun of. I mean, I wouldn't really do that, but look at your competitors and say, you know what? I saw this coming and I was ready with an American-made website with those products. And Drumline, you can email Gaddison at drum-line.com and they will send you American-made samples so you'll be ready for whatever the next problem comes about. Now let's talk about coming back after shelter in place. A lot of distributors and suppliers won't come back because they expect business as usual. And it's not ever going to be the way it was like it was before next September. It'll kind of come back in the same form or fashion, but it's never going to be that way. And the way for you to change is you've got to change your business model. You can't do things the way you did them previously. You need to partner better with suppliers. I know a lot of distributors, they expect suppliers to give them everything free. They say, oh, you know, I'm representing your company. You should give me this stuff for free. Well, I have been successful, and other distributors that I know, they partner with suppliers. It'd just be just like using Distributor Central. You partner with Distributor Central. You don't expect them to do everything for you. Never sell on price. Distributors who sell on price before are going to be desperate and going to even go cheaper now. Well, I would rather not work than not make any money at all. You've got to be open-minded. You've got to avoid these negative chat sites. I don't get into politics. I don't care what people think. I need to sell orders, not express my opinion in a negative way. And I qualify before working. So many distributors work on orders because and they shouldn't work on them because they haven't qualified. And to come back, you must do these things or you're going to be one of the ones who does not come back. And 3M has a great self-promotion offer right there for Post-it notes that you can have imprinted with your logo. They are the best notes in the industry. And if you're not taking advantage of these great self-promotion offers, you should. And I'm going to talk to you about brand identification. You should change your logo. If you like your logo, you've got a short logo, a sharp logo, maybe change your tagline. Come back in a different form or fashion. Over the years, I've had several different logos. That on the left, that DS mark with Don Sanders under it, or it says Marketing Concepts. That was 20 years ago. There to the right with the drive-in movie theater screen. We use that as our mark. I like drive-ins. I did a movie for PBS on drive-ins. That's where I came up with that. But I use that driving screen and I use that mark. I could send those to people and they knew who I was. I didn't have to say it's Don Sanders. And now I brand myself with shoes. You see my card at the bottom, Don Sanders Marketing. I wear those colorful shoes when I go out and make sales calls and at trade shows. I have branded myself to where I can send shoes now and people know who I am. That is effective brand identification. And effective self-promo brands required for remembered identification. That's a hard thing to say. When I wrote that up, I thought, I hope I can be able to sell it. But if you want to be remembered or want people to come to you when you come back, you've got to have a good brand. And I want you to look on the screen right there. There are my shoes, my logo on bacteria-fighting wet wipes and tissues. I bought both of these back in September. I begged distributors to buy these products. People laughed at me and said, Don, why would you want tissues with that you'd give away? Well, because now you can use a tissue to open a door without having to touch the thing. That's even better than wearing gloves or bacteria-fighting wet wipes. What if you had 500 of those with your logo on it? Don't you think that supplier customers would pay attention to you? Well, I would. You can get the tissues from AdMatch now. I don't know about the wet wipes, when he's going to have those available. But email phil@admatch.com and say, you know what, I want to get some of these things with my logo on it. If you had those over the last 2 months, you would be so ahead of others. Just like branding bottles, there are my logos or my logo on 2 types of bottles from Alexis Springs. And I'm going to talk to you about leaving water at doors of dentists in a little bit. And I'm going to tell you how that works. So with Alexis Springs, you need to get branded water bottles. You can get those from Brian at alexissprings.com. And I'm going to tell you why in just a moment. Now, a lot of distributors have a problem with customers not calling them back. It's because they leave bad messages. I brought this up because people call me every time I have one of these webinars and they say, Don, this is Ernie Johnson. I watched your webinar. Would you call me back? Well, I would rather have Ernie say, Don, this is Ernie Johnson. I want to talk to you and get Tiffany Tarr's phone number because I want to call her about Distributor Central. Or Don, I would like to hear about how I sell those kick pad stands from Burlingame. Just don't leave blank messages. Give the person you're calling the chance to find out what they need to know before calling you back. Are you leaving great voice messages? Most people do not. You need to employ a friendly greeting. You need to state the reason you're calling. You need to not be vague. Say what you mean and let them know when you'll be back. If you'll do this simple trick on the comeback, you will get your calls returned 25 to 50% more than you are. I'm serious about this. And there is my 3M Post-it note offer hiding over there at the bottom of the right screen. Now stop falling for PPE product scams. Enough of this stuff. These masks are going to be a problem. I'm telling you. And I'm getting these type of emails. I don't know who bigger box sellers are. I don't know who these are, but I am not going to sell my customers a mask that I paid 52 cents for. It can't be worth a darn. It can't be any good. I know too many distributors that have given money to people that are putting these kind of ads out. If they're even getting the orders, they're shipping 3 and 4 months late, 3 or 4 weeks late, and the products are not any good. Do not buy PPE products from suppliers you don't know. If you want to buy reputable mask, like a 3-ply surgical face mask or a level 2, you can get those from Southern Plus. That is a stand-up supplier that has these for sale. They're not 62 cents, they're $1.84 or $1.67. But you need to tell your customers why they need to pay more for these, because they are better masks. They last longer. They actually work. So if you're looking for masks, Kathy at southernplus.com. You can email Southern Plus and ask them, when can you ship these things? Don't go out and sell these orders and tell your customer they're going to have them in 8 days before you find out. But this is somebody I would buy masks from. Now, people want to know about Imprinted Masks. I've known Harvey Mackler up there at the top right-hand part of the screen for a long time. Harvey has Imprinted Masks now. You can trust him. His masks are washable more than 20 times. Email Harvey and say, I watched the webinar and Don told me that you had Imprinted Masks. When do you think you could get those for me? Don't be demanding and tell him you've got to have them this time and this time. Email and find out. If you'll do that, you'll be better off with your customers. And there's a free screen charge on the screen for Gympire, but Gympire is who I would go for Imprinted Mask for. Now here's a product that Snugs just put out, 2 products that Snugs just put out. A Momo stick. That little goofy thing sticks to the back of your phone and will make it into a phone stand. And I saw this, I got this last Friday, this Mask Buddy from Snugs. That is a great way to get that mask from around your ears. When I wear those things on my ears, it makes my ears stand out. It makes me, think I look funny. So I would rather wear one of those headbands and have that mask, I guess the string, hang on those headbands. Snugs has both of those. If you want those samples, it's samples room at snugzusa.com. These are cool products. Now, how about kids masks? I guarantee you, nobody is pitching kids masks, but kids need masks too. AdMatch, who had the tissue and had the wet wipes, they have kids masks. I talked to Phil Sharkey and I said, Phil, they start showing these things. So he made that flyer for me. These come in boxes. It can be imprinted, and then it has a certain amount of mask in them. But if you start selling kids masks now, you're going to be ahead of your competitors. Phil at admatch.com. This is another one. Don't be emailing him and be demanding. Just email him and say, Sanders told me maybe you could get these kids masks for me, and find out what the deal is. But if you'll start selling kids masks, that will differentiate you from your competitors that are still selling the same mask. Now, do not overpromise with PPE products. These are going to be the next out of control products, are these thermometers, because I have people now emailing me wanting to know when they can get thermometers. Well, KTI promo down in Houston is going to have thermometers. I've known Gene Fu for 25 years. He is an upfront, honest man in the PPE products business. These are 2 thermometer products and an anti-touch tool. I don't know what the shipping schedule is on these. Don't go off and sell them without checking with him, but email Gene F at ktipromo.com and say, Gene, Sanders told me you would shoot me straight with these products. When do you think I can get them? He'll tell you the truth. I'm just telling you this because I hate to see distributors go sell products. Then they have to go to their customers and tell them these awful things about I'm not shipping. It makes you look bad, makes your customer mad. Just be honest up front. But that's where I'm going to go for thermometers going forward is KTI program. Now let's talk about qualifying up front. Do not waste time on lookers anymore. There are too many distributors that will work on orders without knowing what they're supposed to know about. Now I want you to look at the couple of the young man, or let's say man and woman, that are in this, I guess this is a deli. Are they buyers or are they lookers? Can you tell the difference? Well, you can't from that picture, but do you think those two men that are trying to help them have qualified them? I'll bet they have. Who wants to sit there and waste an hour and a half giving somebody different cheese samples if they're not a qualified buyer? That would be saying, well, are you buying the cheese for an event? Are you buying the cheese for your personal use, et cetera, et cetera? Find out if your customers are lookers or buyers. And the wrong way to continue is trying to accommodate lookers. Those are bad communicators, non-decision makers, anybody requiring bids, people that steal your ideas. Stay away from them by asking them the right questions. And please notice my Burley-Camp coupon down here. I'm going to talk about Burley-Camp. They've got one of the coolest products coming out, and I'm going to talk to you in a minute. But I know Ken Burley-Camp that owns that supplier forever, and he is a great guy. Now, never work on orders until you know how many, the due date, the price point, and the promotion purpose. 65% of distributors, this is my opinion, work on orders without knowing answers to all four. I know this because distributors email me all the time wanting to say, Don, I have this customer and they a dry cleaner and they need to buy something. I'll say, well, how many do they need? They'll go, well, they need 1,000. When is the due date? Well, I didn't ask them that. What's the price point? Oh, I didn't ask them. Never work on orders until you know these four things. And if your customer says, well, I don't know what the price point is, you say, well, I really want to help you. And if I know the answers to these, I can show you products that I can deliver, because I don't want to show you something that might be on back order or I can't get. Please never work on orders till you know those things. And after qualifying, make it personal. 90% of the business I've gotten in this industry has come from developing personal relationships with prospects. Here is an email that I sent. The Hyatt Regency in Dallas interviewed 4 promotional products distributors to do all of their marketing items. I got this lead from an ad agency I dealt with. And so I went to see Cynthia Vasquez. This was several years ago. And I chatted her up about dogs, and she loved dogs. So when I got finished with her, I didn't email her and say, you know what, I'm the best in the world, I'm this or that. I emailed her about dogs. I said, thank you so much for seeing me today. Betty and Gracie want to say hi. That's what I sent. And I sent those pictures of those baby dogs that I had right there. And you know what I got back? Right here. Being personal creates big accounts. This is the email that I got back from her saying, Betty and Gracie are adorable. And she wanted me to see my favorite puppy, her favorite puppy, Rexford. There he is. Talk to my boss, and he is ready to take the next step with you marketing wise. I've got him sold. I sold him off of connecting off of a common interest. I sold that account over $150,000 in 3 years by connecting with her over dogs. And when I talk about dogs, I've traded products and services with my vet for 13 years. So if you're not trading your product and services with people you're dealing with, you're going to be behind others, because after all, you're giving them money. Can't they give you some money back again, or back to you? Now, Logo Mats has mats for vets, and there is Betty Ann Sanders. That's the same dog, one of the dogs you saw in the slide before. Well, Betty died of liver cancer last month. There she was. She was a good girl to the end. But you know what? I had to take her out and have her put down at the vet. And you know what? I didn't even get a bill for it, because I had traded my products for their services for 13 years. And I had a credit. So even in a time of tragedy, I made something better out of it. Now, here's how distributors plan to return to pre-virus sales levels. This is not my opinion. I read this in a reputable industry publication. And here they are. They're going to reach out to clients, 62%. Well, I'd be reaching out to 100% of my clients. 54% are going to email a client. Well, I would be doing 100% of all of these things. But the thing that they're going to do, the two things they're going to do less than any are make cold calls and direct mail. Well, I don't make cold calls. I only work on referrals and people that I meet and qualify, like through networking events and volunteer work, things like that. But direct mail, only 20% of people are going to fool with direct mail. I think that's astounding, because that means I'm going to do what other people don't do. And check out the nice coupon from Sticker U. All you have to do is buy one sticker from them. They're out of Canada. It is the coolest way they do business. I'm going to talk about stickers a little bit more later. Now, let the mail promote you. Do what others do not do. Do what the 20% are going to do. Be among the ones that do things differently. Mail flyers to your prospects. And there is, I think this is the last pitch on the custom printed post-it note self promotion offer, but that's A.M. Nickel at 3mpromote.com, who can help you with that. I've sold post-it notes for almost 35 years. Here's a mailer from Southern Plus. Southern Plus has a lot of cool mailers. Mail work from home product flyers to your customers. You can go on their website. They've got a ton of these things, and get those flyers up, put them on a disc, go to the copy place, whatever you can find that's open, and run you a couple of hundred of these type of flyers and start mailing them to current customers and to prospects. You can mail dirty facts to prospects. Going forward, mats are going to be needed more than ever to keep buildings and any place you go into, restaurants, bars, clean. In fact, bars are opening in Texas on Friday. Restaurants are going to 50%. I would be at every bar and restaurant I'd ever been to saying, you know what? You need to keep these places clean, and mats will help you do that. And right there on those dirty facts, it tells you everything you need to know about why mats need to be used. I would mail factories on the job. Burlingame, who I talked to before, has got plastic molded signage, which needs to go on manufactured items. I'm going to call that essential manufacturing. Burlingame has a sample kit. You can get that sales at burlingame.com. And there's Ken Burlingame down there at the bottom. I would trust him with my life. I think so much of that guy. He is a totally stand-up supplier. Mail home fitness market mailers. I haven't been to the gym now in over 2 months. I've been working out, and I try and work out, keep myself fit. I go out and do push-ups in the yard. I do things. Well, a lot of people are really enjoying doing that. I don't think they're going to go back to gyms. In fact, our gyms are supposed to open. Our gyms opened last Friday, but they're trying to clean the machines after every use. Some people are wearing masks. I don't think you can breathe well if you're going to work out if you're wearing one of those masks. So I'm not going to go yet, but I think a lot of people that have been going to gyms are going to permanently work out from home. Home fitness market mailers, they're from Southern Plus. There's a great coupon at the bottom right-hand part of the screen for Southern Plus. These are summer product mailers from Southern Plus with the side panel imprint. These fresh summer ideas, you can have your logo put on these, just like my shoe logo is right there at the bottom of the fresh summer ideas. It's up at the top right of the side panel imprint. I'm pushing on these flyers because I trust them and I know that they'll treat you right. Brannon at southernplus.com. You email him your logo and say, you know what? Can you do me some of these flyers? What they'll do, they're not going to print the flyers for you. They will put your logo on it, send you back to JPEG, and you go print them. If you're not using these, you're behind the curve. Now, how about mailing mask holders? I talked about these in the webinar Tiffany and I did 2 weeks ago. How about mask holders? You want to sell something different? These are from Ads on Magnets. They have taken their regular clips that are magnetic backs on them that you can clip on the back of your shirt, And instead of hanging glasses from them, you hang masks from them. Now, this is not a product that is you put in a bag, or everybody's trying to do that to try and keep them fresh. All this is for is a good, useful way to keep your mask around. Sell mask holders. That's S. Brown at adsonmagnets.com. It's Steve Brown. He's a nice guy. They're up in Colorado. They're open for business. Sell mask holders. This is a cool alternative to masks. Now, here are 40 different flyers that Southern Plus has. There's a few of them up on their screen. I'm not going to talk to you about flyers anymore. I just think that you need to do what other people are not going to do. And I think using the U.S. mail to send product information is the way to go going forward. And if you want to write handwritten notes and include them with your flyers, Drumline, I mentioned them. They have jotter pads, and there's one showing with my logo on it, my Don Sanders stuff on it, and each sheet is printed with Don Sanders marketing. You can get these from Gaddison at drum-line.com. There's a great free screen charge from Drum, but get you a couple of hundred of these, write a note on that first page, put that in an envelope with that flyer from Southern Plus, and start mailing the heck out of this. That's how you're going to get people to take advantage of you. Come back to you. And people say, Don, I can't do all this work. Who am I going to mail these to? Well, hire students to create your mailing list. I have done this for years. I went to TCU. I've had TCU students forever. When I lived over by SMU, when I was married, my ex-wife went to SMU. We had a job offer, a permanent job offer at SMU. I was getting 20 and 21-year-old students to come work for us, do marketing, make phone calls. Best workers I ever had in my life. They were not jaded against selling. They wanted to make the money. Even though SMU and TCU, some of these students are pretty entitled, they still needed to put on their resume that they have a marketing job when they were in school. Hire students to help you. And there is that ID line free setup charge. Remember, we talked about name badges. Only one piece will bring you back. I've found out selling one has created some huge accounts for me. Sticker U will do one sticker. They will do one floor decal. They will do one tattoo. Use that as a way to get in an account by saying, you know, I'll do one for you. No hassle. Just let me show you what I can do. Masks, you can only sell one. I have sold a heck of a lot of masks by first just selling one on those one stickers. These are COVID reminder stickers from Sticker U. They're the ones that are on the left about washing your hands, about how to do deliveries when you come to the back door of a business to make a delivery. And these distancing stickers are hot. These COVID stickers that you stick on the floor to stay back or show you your place in any establishment you go into. I even think those are going to be in bars. I think they're going to be in restaurants. But you can get coronavirus sticker information from promo at stickeru.com. Sell one because it will get you business. And Sticker U has got COVID flyers. These are unbranded. You can put your logo on them, but you can mail these or email these to people. They don't have any marks on them. They don't know where they come from. They'll just think they come from you. But there are a lot of COVID-related flyers from Sticker U. Stickers are going to be big going forward. It's promo at stickeru.com. I sold one mat to Macho Storage, which has storage warehouse facilities. There are 9 of them in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They bought one mat from me to see if it worked. Well, they ended up buying 6 mats for every location. That's about 40 mats, 42 mats I've sold them based on just selling them one. Let's just try one mat. Let's see if it works. I talked them into that. They liked them so much, I sold them for all their locations. You can get mat samples from M. Wadsworth at logomatsllc.com. Now let's talk about doing volunteer work. Half of my business has come from doing volunteer work. I don't make cold calls. I don't go knock on doors. I don't go beg. I go meet people at different things I do, and I chat them up in a friendly way, and I find out if they own a business. I find out if they're the decision maker. I used to do this at networking events in the chamber. I just walk up and talk to people, but you can't do that anymore because networking's not back yet, but you can do volunteer work. There's volunteer work before over there on the left, and people used to get together. Now there's volunteering on the right, which is doing things which are more helpful. During the lockdown here, or whatever we call that, I cut grass in my neighborhood for people that couldn't cut their own grass. I met a bunch of my neighbors that were trying to help other people, and I found two people. One was an architect, and I found another one that owns a waste disposal service that I had the possibility of selling. I would have never met these people by cold calling, but I met them in community efforts that I was a part of. To sell, you've got to meet like-minded people. Now, one of the greatest like-minded people, I talked to you about getting the Higher Regency's business off dogs. I want you to look at that little puppy right there. That came from the SPCA of Dallas. That little dog's front legs are deformed, was dumped out of a car. This is a sad story. Somebody picked it up, took it to the SPCA. Somebody funded the rehab for this little dog, bought it a little wheelchair that hooks to its legs, and this dog has been adopted. What if you were the foster person who fostered the dog and then went to deliver it to the final owner? Who ended up adopting this puppy? Was it the owner of a bank? Was it the owner of 10 car dealerships? Was it the general manager of an event center? Was it the owner of an accounting firm? I have used volunteer work to meet like-minded people. That's where you get your business. Those relationships created last forever. There's a free screen from Trainer on the screen. I love Trainer graphics, and I think that little dog is just darling. Do volunteer work. Now, your future is going to is going to be hinged around creating virus-related sites. Just like I talked to you about the American-made sites when we got into that problem back in September. Distributor Central has got several different templates: delivery and curbside pickups, one, hygiene and safety, school at home, and work from home essentials. Tiffany's going to talk to you about these during her presentation about how they will work for you. But work from home, I've showed you those aprons before. I think those are a great product because people have started cooking at home, and I think a lot of people are going to continue to eat meals at home. So why not promote a work from home site? Virus reminder boards, great for work from home. That's from Steve Brown at Ads on Magnets. Same people that had those cool mask holders, they have virus reminder boards. Everybody can use those in their home for reminders. Pick this up at the grocery store. Remember your mask, etc. That's a great product. You can get a sample from S. Brown at adsonmagnets.com. How about hygiene and safety websites? You can get one of those from Distributor Central. How about no-touch keypads? One product right there from Rightline that would be on your site. Now, I want you to look at that terminal right there. You want to die, you touch that terminal. That's about the nastiest thing on earth. So when I go and push an ATM or any computer terminal, I take a stylus from Rightline. Now, Rightline has got a bunch of different styluses. You can get samples at rightlineusa.com, but don't be touching keypads. I don't care if you go wash your hands or you use hand sanitizer. That'll kill the germs, but I don't even want to touch the thing. Start selling stylus. You can contact Rightline and they will send you the samples. Office hallways need mats. These are products coming from Logo Mats. Every office building needs a wash your hands mats. You can't tell me that people are not going to be buying mats. Every office building needs this mat right in front of a hand sanitizer station. This is a whole series of mats that Logo Mats has called Mat Hygiene. That is the classification of these different mats. Restrooms need mats. How about put a wash your hands mat right there in front of the sinks in the restroom? You start showing these to office buildings or your customers, people are going to pay attention to you. There's a 5% off coupon from Logo Mats and M. Wadsworth at logomatsllc.com. All I'm trying to do here is show you products that I think people will buy, like antimicrobial mouse pads. ID Line has these. Same company I pitched on the name badges, J. Andrews at IDline.com. Who would not want to have an antimicrobial fabric mouse pad? Show these to customers, they're going to pay attention to you. How about delivery and curbside pickup sites? I have gotten to where I'm into food delivery at home or curbside pickup. It's going to be with us forever. Distributor Central has this website classification. Food trucks, that's a pickup of food kind of place. You know what? They need napkins, cups, and bottled water. Trainer has the napkins they need. Few is 100 pieces showing on the screen right now. There's a free screen charge. Jamie H at trainergraphics.com can help you with that. And we've talked about water. Brian at alexissprings.com. Don't they need to have bottled water with their logo on it that they sell to people that come to food trucks? You cannot tell me that restaurants are not buying packaging. They are. Trainer's just come out with a whole line of food packaging products, which you can see there on the screen. They've got containers, cups, plasticware, napkins, everything these takeout restaurants need. Every restaurant you go to pick up, try it. Give them a bottle of water that I talked to you about. Give them one of those tissue packs I talked to and say, you know what, who's your manager? Could you give me your email? I want to contact them. I want to call them. You can get food packaging samples from Jamie H at trainergraphics.com. And there's that same flyer I showed you on the right, but here's their to-go cup flyer. People are still selling alcoholic beverages in the state of Texas, and I don't think that's going to quit. You order a couple of beers or something from the restaurant, go in those cups with a lid on it. How cool would that be? Food and beverage to-go samples, again, from Jamie H at trainergraphics.com. How about messaging with Post-it notes? I love Post-it notes. I've sold them for, gosh, I guess 35 years. You can get samples from 3M, AM Nickel at 3mpromote.com. Use them for temporary signage. Have them that say promote washing your hands. Put those on mirrors in restrooms. Service companies come do work in a house. They stick it on the inside of the door saying, I did this work. Rental car companies stick them on the inside of cars saying your car was just cleaned. Numbering systems. Instead of using plastic numbers that you give that are used over and over again, give somebody a Post-it note and write their number on it. How about a pizza box topper? All pizza places, businesses booming, they need drivers. Have that to a local pizza place that has their logo on it and says, if you'd like to be a driver, give us a call. These are all COVID's messaging notes from 3M. AM Nickel at 3mpromote.com. How about selling ponchos to restaurants? This is another Southern Plus item. Have you thought about going to a restaurant selling them rain ponchos with their logo on it? They give them to delivery drivers that are coming to pick up their food. Great pull-through thing, because when it rains, that driver is going to get that out and wear it, and that advertises that restaurant. I'll bet you haven't thought about selling rain ponchos. Kathy at southernplus.com, and there is their 5% off and order coupon. I push these suppliers a lot because I only tell you about ones that have great product ideas. Now, events are going to start coming up again. One that's on the horizon here in June is Pride Month. Makana has a whole bunch of rainbow products. I have done a lot of business in Pride events, The Turtle Creek Corral was the largest gay men's chorus in the world at one time. I believe they still are. I used to do all of their marketing, all of their Pride products. I lost that business when the executive director went away, and I guess I wasn't as good with the other directors I was with the other from a friendship basis, but I would start selling Pride products. This is an unusual market that a lot of people neglect. Brandon at McConnellline.com for Pride products. Now, did you have toilet paper, a surplus of toilet paper when all this started? Well, I was lucky. I had 30 rolls of toilet paper. You know what I did? I took my Post-it notes, I wrote messages on them, stuck them in the hole there. I don't know what you call the spool hole. And I knew where a bunch of my customers, 24 of them, live. And I took rolls of toilet paper out, left it on their front porch with the Post-it note or that cool little jotter from Drumline saying, I just thought if you needed one, I've got an extra roll for you. You cannot believe how many thank you notes I got from people. I mean, I actually got 2 handwritten thank you notes, several emails, and some texts saying, Don, oh my goodness, I've never had anybody bring toilet paper to my house. Well, that's me. That's how I sold a lot of stuff, by doing things that were different. So try to do things differently. Here's what others will not do. Dentists are back to work here. And if you want to sell, you go call on dentists. They need marketing worse than ever. So all dentists have a front door and a back door. Get that bottled water from Alexis Springs. Get your Post-it notes with your logo on it. Write a message, go to the back door of the dental office when you know they're not there, and leave it at the back door. The reason being, that's where the doctor, the owner, comes in. I know because I do the marketing for a cosmetic dentist. They have 2 doors. I know that Susan Holler goes to the back door. So if I wanted to get her attention, I would put my things at the back door. So deliver water to the back door and leave with a note. Here's the sale promo bottles I've gotten from Alexis Springs. 12 cases, 288 bottles. If you can't give away 288 bottles, you shouldn't be watching this webinar. This is a great price on these. Alexis Springs has the best water in the industry. You can email service@alexissprings.com or brian@alexissprings.com and get this water and get out and start leaving it. Just like mats, doormats are going to be needed by retirement homes. Retirement homes are still shut down here. All you got to do is go call up Logo Mats, get their sample kit. They'll send you a little 1 square foot, 1 foot mats. Take that mat with a catalog, write a note, and leave it at the front door of the retirement home. Somebody will come fetch it. They'll take it inside and they'll show it to the marketing director or the manager, and you'll get mat business. I've done this before. Get a hold of Miles Wadsworth and Logo Mats LLC and tell him you want those sample mats to start leaving. Now, here's my self-promotion. I made that up. I thought I'd finish pitching these. But here, I swear, I think this is the last time on AM Nicola at 3mpromote.com. I just like Post-it notes. Now, due to the virus, the 2020 holiday season will be big. I know this sounds bizarre, but people this holiday season are going to want to celebrate the holidays, Christmas, however we want to look at it. I would start showing holiday masks because people are going to think you're crazy, but that's how they're going to remember you. Start selling celebratory items. Now, do not sell worthless grabbers. I have seen these silly little key tag things right there on the left that you use to touch things. Why would anybody buy those? There is no imprint on them. Burlacamp has come out with what they call, theirs is called a Viro Grip. I want to call it the Zero Gripper, but they call it the Viro Grip. Burlacamp has that product. Now, You can email sales@burlacamp.com. Tell them you want a sample of that. Look at the imprint area, 1 1/4 by 2. That little silly thing on the left has no imprint on it. The ones that do just have one etched line. You want to show your customers products that they will buy. That's those mask holders. And that would be this no touch grabber. That's what I'm gonna call it, from Burlacamp. What a cool product that is, with actually an imprint you can see. Now let's talk about those tissues. Remember I talked about having the tissues with your logos on them? People didn't want to do it. Tissues are better than gloves. You can get these from AdMatch. They've got them. Show them to your customers. Women can keep them in their purse. A man can keep them in their pocket. If you go to a restroom and you just washed your hands, you cannot touch that door going out. How about pulling out a tissue and using it to open the door? You will get no germs on your hands. Simple things like this are what to sell. Phil@admatch.com. I'm telling you, I would get these with my logo on them and I would sell them to my customers. Now use supplier mentors to help you sell orders. Brandon Craig at Southern Plus is one of the nicest guys I know. He will walk you through how to do product videos, how to get those flyers from Southern Plus. If you'll email Brandon, he will get on the phone with you and show you how Southern Plus's website works. Best website in the industry. And that little message up there between let mentor suppliers help you. He sent that out this week, Monday, about having gone to the lake with his son, and the Southern Plus products are going to be needed more than ever by people for outdoor activities. Harvey Mackler is a supplier mentor. I talked to Harvey. He had the imprinted face mask. There's his direct dial phone number. He will talk to you on the phone. Do you think the owners of these mega suppliers are going to take the time with you? No, they're too busy. Learn from the best. Get a hold of Brandon at Southern Plus. Email Harvey at gympire.com and say, Harvey, you know what? I know you got those imprinted masks. How do you think I should sell these? He'll tell you how to do that. Business is great for Facebook, but so is fun, dogs, and product videos. There's some postings from my Facebook account, and there's Betty Ann Sanders down there at the bottom right. That dog, Betty was a good girl to the end, but when I posted on that Facebook, I bet you I had 100 people say, Don, we're so sorry about that. Here's our dog, etc., etc. Posting stuff like that gets you business, just like posting hygiene standards on Facebook. We talked about dirty facts from Logo Mats. Great post. Product videos. We talked about Southern Plus. They have 87 product videos. You can post those on LinkedIn or you can post those on Facebook. Now, LinkedIn I use for case studies. There's a nice AdMatch coupon and a Gympire, if you'll notice those on the screen. But with LinkedIn, tout endorsements, use big headlines, send videos and flyers, make it a habit. I'm not going to read this to you specifically, but here's one of the testimonial or case studies that Southern Plus has about how using these picnic baskets increased a grocery store chain's loyalty program. You get the case studies off their website, you get them from Brandon at Southern Plus, and start emailing this stuff to your customers, start putting it on LinkedIn, and start putting it on Facebook. Now with Distributor Central, they've got a bunch of great suppliers, and if you place order with them, you get a $5 off an order. I just put that in because I just think that's really cool. Now, healthcare hero sites from Distributor Central. That's going to be a big, huge market because nurses and frontline workers in hospitals or wherever they're involved, home healthcare, they're going to be needed to be thanked. They're going to need awards. You can get a complete lapel pin sample kit from Harvey at gympire.com. We've talked about Harvey. He'll help you. He's got the imprinted face mask. He'll send you lapel pin samples that you can show hospitals or any health care providers. Now, here's our mask again. That goes under items that you can use for people to control their masks. Again, that's Steve Brown at adsonmagnets.com. And a lot of these suppliers, please stick with me. We're almost finished with my part of the webinar. I've got some neat things to continue with here, but don't believe these emergency price decreases. I've seen these on power banks. I've seen them on key tags. I've seen them on pins. So one of the worst is bottled water. These bottled water suppliers are saying, oh, we've lowered our price to help you. I saw one the other day, they were 59 cents on an R. Another one was 62 cents on an R. Well, Alexa Springs has been 48 cents on an R since this started. They're not out running business trying to scare you to buy from them because they're cheaper. But in actuality, they have the best water in the industry, and I believe they have the best price right now. I do a lot of marketing work for Alexa Springs. They have pure spring water. There's a coupon for them. Email Brian at alexasprings.com and ask him about that pricing, or you're looking for samples. Now, in our conclusion here, I'm going to say leave the herd to be successful. Don't be like all those cattle that just follow around. Let other distributors follow the previous sales path. That means selling products that other people are not showing. I showed you this mask and buddy product from Snug Z and their Momo stick. That's a product, that mask buddy, I think people would love to see that. And I don't think your competitors are going to show it. I think you should start showing 2021 calendars right now. Nobody's going to be out selling calendars this early, but you get a calendar kit. I don't even know if Drumline has their calendar kits out yet, but you can email them and say, Sanders said you might send me some calendar samples. You get out and start showing people calendars that they usually buy in the fall right now. It gives you a good touch point. Better than gloves, we talked about this before. These are the greatest thing in the world for opening doors and not touching nasty surfaces. Here's the mask holders again. I promise we're not going to see these again, but I just think it's a great product. These worthless grabbers, I talked to you about those. Get out and sell these ones from Burlingame. Don't be like everybody else. Sell the name badges, which will be needed due to high turnover. And samples at RightlineUSA.com, you can get these stylus. And do you know that ATM keypads and store credit card terminals have more germs on them than some toilets? Stylus would be a great thing to keep from touching things. And Rightline has a bunch of different types. That one on the right, this Alamo stylus, that's different than the Levon, but that's a stylus, and you can put a full color clip on that. You can actually make that into your business card on that clip. These are really, really cool. So you can email Rightline or call them and let them get you those stylus samples. Now, after the webinar is over, Harvey and I have done a book on how to sell promotional products. It has 10 chapters to the book. Harvey will send you a sample chapter. I'd just like to see what you think. And if you'll email me when we get through, and then after when Tiffany gets through talking, Harvey will send you the book chapter, and I will email you the replay of the webinar. It'll take a couple hours to download it. This has a lot of slides, but there are all the email addresses from everybody that I've talked to. You don't need to worry about frantically. If you could write some of them down after the webinar is over and it's downloaded, I will be sending you all these email addresses so you can take advantage of all these offers. And all I can do is thank you for turning out today. And here's Tiffany again, and I'm going to let her talk to you. And please listen to Tiffany. She can teach you about these virus websites and everything else they can do. And I just want to thank you for listening. And if you need any help at all, just please contact me. Thanks.
Well, Don, thanks so much. I really appreciate all that information. It is exciting to see how products can be used in application. It looks like some products that maybe you don't think about how they could be used in application. You've given some really good ideas. Everyone should be able to see my computer screen. I'm with Distributor Central, and if you're not familiar with what we do, just at a really quick level, we are a completely free resource to you as a distributor. We give you a free product research solution as well as a website solution, and we'll actually host your domain, and we provide everything at no cost. And I've been in sales my whole life. I've actually been at Distributor Central 15 years. And when this started, way back in the beginning of May, I made a decision that I was not going to be the same person or the same company or do the same things that I did prior to the pandemic. And so I really dug down and I really thought about how we could help a distributor change the way that they go to market. And we've, in the last couple of weeks, created 4 website templates that I'm going to give you some information on that I think that if you go back to your customers at the end of this pandemic with, this is what I've done to change my business, or this is the way that my new website looks, or this is how we've updated things. It gives them an idea of how they could also change the way that they go to business and use promotional products to do those types of things. The first website template I'm going to show you, and these are all already available to you in your account. There's a website wizard that will very easily allow you to upload your logo to it, and I will show you guys how to do that. But you could have a website on Distributor Central in a matter of minutes that you could send to your customers. This PPE or this COVID-19 template is a website that we have put together and curated the product set on this for you to focus on products for curbside delivery like Don spoke about, focus products on our healthcare heroes and PPE types of products. And we've really worked closely with our suppliers to curate these product sets so that they're from suppliers that have stock. They're not going to be something that you're going to be waiting for weeks on. And everything that Distributor Central does is on an e-commerce platform. You can allow your customers, if you choose to actually get into these products and order them through the shopping cart and purchase them at point of purchase. And our team can help you do those things if you need help connecting your payment gateways. The next website that I want to show you is a new website, that template that we released just about a week or so ago. This website, and you can search these products inside of the database as well and create a curated product collection to add this technology to your website. But we've created an online design tool so that your customers on your website and a design your own kind of section of your website can take their logo and apply it to your website so that they can see or get an idea of what their logo is going to look like across a product set. So what the website template's going to automatically do is take that logo that I uploaded to this subset of products, and it's going to apply that logo to all of the products that are on this virtual design tool so that your customer can see an array of products with their logos on them, and it might help them to start to generate some ideas. So this is another template that you have access to that you can easily use through Distributor Central. We've already done the work for you. You would just need to apply your logo to it, change the contact information, and you'd be ready to go. Another website template that we just released last week that I think is really important is just branding. And if you're a distributor that hasn't updated your website in a long time, or you've got information on why promotional products are so important, or you want to use that sheet like Logo Matt's had on why you need to get logoed mats into your business with all those facts on germ ratios, we have created a template that'll allow you to create kind of some call to action sections on your website. You could use Distributor Central's plugin for this, or you could use another one like MailChimp or whatever, and we can help with that. But we've created it so that you can kind of understand what leave behinds look like, or lead generators. And so your customers can put their email address in and their first and last name and get a guide on why those dirty fact sheets are so important. This website was created to allow you to customize why you as a distributor and why your business is really the right fit for your customer base. We've also included, like Don talked about, areas for video content and some statistics on promotional products and how they're so impactful to businesses, and how getting promotional products into the marketing mix for reopenings for your customers is going to be so important. So we've really broken this website down to be a little less product focused and a little bit more business focused on why your company is the best company for them to purchase their promotional products from. To use any of these templates, this is what Distributor Central looks like. This is what every distributor has access to already. If you don't have a Distributor Central account, you just need to go to distributorcentral.com and register for one, and I will make sure that you have an account and you can do these things. It is a full product research solution, but what we're going to talk about today is the website part of it. And all you need to do to create a website, and we'll host as many websites as you want, all of the templates that Distributor Central has are already built into your account for you. But if you wanted to start building a template, I'm going to use the, just because PPE is kind of something we focused on today, all you have to do to create a new website is say create new website, and you'll see all of the templates that are available to you, and there's several of them in here. But I'm going to choose this COVID-19 site. I just have to say use this website, and I'm going to give it the website a name. When I give the website a name, it's going to be the holder name for it. Distributor Central will host your domain at no cost, but if you don't have a domain, Distributor Central will provide you dcpromosite.com. So whatever you call the folder is going to be the part before the .dcpromosite.com. And I'm just going to give it a really basic, say the 19th of 2020. So I'm just going to call it test. And then all I have to do to generate this website is go grab my company's logo. And I'm just going to choose my DC logo. And then once I've done that, I'm going to say create my website. And now I've got a website in just a couple of clicks that I can start sending to my customers. So it's taken that folder name that I gave it, that test 5/19/2020.dcpromosite.com. And now my website's ready to go. It's already completely enabled with a shopping cart. My customers could start using it. Or if I wanted to customize my website further, I could do that. And Distributor Central's website solution is built in such a way that we've tried to make it as easy as possible. You can type text, you could build a website, or you could update the content. If you didn't want all of the products that are already pre-built onto a template, you can create different product collections to add to the website. And we've created that in such a way that's very, very simple. Just by typing in keywords or item numbers, you can build a new collection for the site. But if you were wanting to use this site and you wanted to make some adjustments, maybe I didn't want, this is the main contact information from my account, but if I wanted to make any changes to that, I could just double click in there and make those. Or if I wanted to update my social share buttons, all I've got to do to update any parts of the website is double click in, and now I could add my Facebook or my Twitter content. So my handle for Twitter or my Instagram, or if I don't have an Instagram or a Twitter, I can just easily remove those social share buttons and update the site without having to have any background in website creation or editing. Again, this website template also leaves a leave behind for customers so that you can start gathering more of your customers' contact and email address to build out. If you're new to the industry and you're looking to build your contact base, you could do that. Distributor Central, again, we're not a registrar, so we don't sell domains, but we will host your domain for you at no cost. I was doing some research recently on TLDs, which is what domains are. It's that top level domain. And that's like .com or .info or .us. And there is a new TLD out there that's .promo. So I went to GoDaddy, because that's the one that's got .promo right now. And for $38 for the next 2 years, I own TTAR.promo. And I just think that's a really cool way to brand your distributorship. Maybe your distributorship has got a name that you couldn't get a .com. Well, you could surely get a .promo, since that's a brand new extension, and Distributor Central would host that for you at absolutely no cost. All of these websites are already pre-built into your account. If you have any questions or don't have a Distributor Central account, please let us know, and we will make sure to get your free account set up for you. Here is my contact information. Again, my name is Tiffany Tarr, my email address, or info@distributorcentral.com. a really great resource if you just have questions about Distributor Central, and you want to just take a closer look, is help.distributorcentral.com. is full of content and full of resources on videos on how to use Distributor Central's research, customer management system, order processing tools, and also our website hosting and building capabilities. So there's always great content and resources and videos at help.distributorcentral.com. Our support team is available to answer any questions. You can reach out to me or info, and we'd love to do whatever we could do to help you create a website or create a niche website or a company store for your customers to start sharing ideas with them as we're all kind of coming out of the shelter-in-place situation. I do have the chat box open if anybody has any questions. You could send those in and I'll do my very best to answer those. And if I don't get them answered live kind of right here, I'll make sure to reach out to you via email and answer any questions that you might have had. Or you can reach out to me at my email address and we can start that way as well. Dawn, is there anything that I missed or anything that you need me to add to or anything you want to say?
Tiffany, I think you did a great job. And I think if anybody really wants to do it right, they should email you after the thing directly because their situation might be different. And I just think that information that you just gave is just great because I don't think many distributors know about it. So I'm going to
sign. And I really do think that if you can sell to your customer consultatively, and then you can lock them in with a technology platform that they're used to going to, and they can see all their reorders and get reorder reminders, you've really just locked that customer in for good.
I agree. I don't think a lot of distributors do that. And the reason I don't think they do it is I don't think they know how to. I don't think they know where to go ask, but now they know where to go ask. And I think going forward, if you're really knowledgeable on your technology, I think you'll be ahead of 90% of the people in this business. I really do.
I do too.
All right. Well, thank everybody. Thank everybody for staying with us. And if you'd like to have the replay and the book chapter, if you'll email Don at sellpromoproducts.com, I'll be happy to send it to you as soon as it's downloaded. And then I will send everybody the list of all the supplier offers, and then Tiffany's email is on that too. So I want to thank everybody for listening today, and we'll have another webinar in a couple of weeks. And if you have any questions, email me or email Tiffany, and we'll help you the best way we can. And we hope you have a great day. Thanks.